Hey everybody, and welcome back to some more Oxygen Not Included. We're back here in our colony. It's cycle 6. There are a bunch of hatches all around here. I'm really glad to see all of those, and I had no idea they could do jumps like that. That was incredible. But we're on cycle 7. We do have a new duplicate waiting for us in the printing pod. As I mentioned last episode, I'm probably not going to take any of these. If we get a really good one that has some really nice traits, which I don't think any of these do, digging +5, athletics +7, duplicate moves quickly underwater, that's quite good, the amphibious trait, but I don't think we need them, and also at the same time, they require more food, and I don't think the traits are good enough for us to keep them, and so I am going to go ahead and reject all of those for the time being. We'll get some new ones in 3 cycles here. So, at the end of last episode, we made a bit of a mistake when it comes to the water here. We've created this shaft going down into a new area of water that I didn't want to have, but we have nonetheless anyway. And what I would like to do at the start of today's episode here is kind of fill out the outside of the base, clear out some stuff, get some more space, and also start to work on getting some more research complete. Starting, I think, here with ventilation. I don't really think it matters in which order we do these. I might go with interior decor, actually, because it could be quite nice to get maybe some flower pots, I guess. I'm probably not going to make lamps or lights anytime soon because they do require electricity. Electricity is a resource that we do have, but not really in abundance. And also, I'm going to go ahead and quickly make research a higher priority than everything else. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to make it like a level 9 priority, but I think level 6 is fine for now. Also, we can speed things up here just a little bit. So, I've got a couple of things that I want to try and fix. The first thing that I want to try and fix is our water, because we've got a lot of it in like a few different places. You can see we've got like a little pocket here, we've got a big batch here, a little pocket down here, and then a big wide batch over on the left here, and all of it is at the bottom of our base, which means that if, for example, somebody pees, if they don't go to the outhouse and they have an accident in the middle of the base, that pee is going to run down and it's going to infect all of our water, which is the last thing that we want. And so I kind of want to put in some fail-safe measures to make sure that our water doesn't get polluted, like at any cost, because then we're going to go and filter the whole stuff out or try and like scrub the infected part or something like that. And I don't want to have to do that. Food is a top priority. We've got 4,000, just shy of 5,000 kilocalories over there. I think we can get more kilocalories out of our meal lice if we make a microbe musher. And so I will go ahead and put one of these down on this level, I think, for now. Also, I was looking at this base between episodes, and I think maybe permanently I might just get rid of some of these here. We might remake these into rooms in the future, but I think in the early game we really need the space, and so I'm going to go ahead and delete a couple of these extra tiles that I don't necessarily think we need, especially when we don't have doors on them, and especially when we are quite far away from getting any of the available room bonuses here. And so for now we'll just kind of keep the extra free space and not really worry too much about how it looks. I would like to dig out all of this area, and then I think at the same time we might as well dig out like all of this up here and kind of build in this next level. Just make this look a little bit nicer as well while we're at it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So build that like that, and that. And we'll have this be like a makeshift roof for now. I'm not going to worry too much about going on top of that. How is our research doing? It's almost there. I do like these little bars now that they've got for everything. For example, if you click on the farming overlay, you can now see how close everything is to being fully grown. Nice new feature. It's probably not that new, but it's new since I last played the game. And then let's run our power cable, I guess, across, down, and into here. We're getting a bit of a sprawling setup going. And for those who don't know, you can only have a maximum of 1,000 watts going through any cable before it becomes overloaded. You'll see on the right here, you've got underpowered, strained, and then energy surplus. If we try and push more than 1,000 watts through any of our cables, then they start to break, they start to explode. I don't think they actually deal damage to anything around it, but it just causes breakages in the system, and then some of our machines will stop working. And of course, if our machines stop working, especially if our oxygen generating machines stop working, things can go pretty bad pretty quickly here. So yeah, we can make lice loaf, which requires 500 calories worth of meal lice, as well as 50 kilograms of water. So it does use more water than just eating the meal lice, but it does give us an extra 500 calories because we put 500 calories in and we get 1,000 calories out. All we lose is a bit of water and some quality. I don't necessarily think it's too bad that we're using water in the early game here, and I very much think that we do need food, and so I am going to put this on continuous, and so whenever we get meal lice, I'm also going to make it a slightly higher priority again, and so hopefully whenever we have meal lice lying around, they'll take that meal lice and use it in the microbe musher, who is our top cook. Our top cook, I guess, is me. I think that is like a slightly darker pink. Yeah, level 2 and level 1. So we'll take Nick and James off cooking for the time being. We'll make sure Isaac does all of the microbe mushing. People will start very slowly emptying all the bottles into the water pit down here using the bottle emptier. One thing we definitely should do is make sure that we specify that we do not want polluted water in here, because otherwise, if they get a bottle of polluted water, they will just walk on down, stick it in the bottle emptier, and then we've got the same problem that we had if someone pees in it. We've got a big batch of polluted water, and that's not exactly what we are after. Now, we have gone up to just under 8,000 calories. I'm not quite sure where we got those from, because I don't think these have grown yet. Maybe we got them from digging out up here, potentially. Maybe we found a couple of bits of lice loaf. Maybe, I'm not quite sure. Also, let's finish up these ladders here, have those run right to the top like so. And I think for now, what I plan on doing is probably having these ladders, these middle 2 ladders, stop here. Like, I don't think they need to go down into the water like this. Again, I'm just trying to minimize the number of ways in which we can have things enter our water, right? And so what you can do, by the way, over here, I want to get rid of this ladder, but I don't want to get rid of the wire underneath it. And so what you can do over here with the tool filter is you can specify what you do and don't want to be broken. Also, is James eating underwater? What the heck, James? Why? Why? Did he get, like, is there lice loaf down here that he needs to eat? There is some meat down there. I guess that might have been what he was eating. But nevertheless, if I bring up the destruction tool again, basically, I think we want to get rid of buildings. And if I do that, it should destroy the ladder, but not the power wire, I think. We'll find out in a second. It did. Nice. And I'm going to go ahead and just put a tile over that, like so. And then from there, I kind of don't like this ladder that leads straight into the water either. I want all of my water, like I want them to come down. I guess what we could do is we could just have like a platform here and then just put like a lip here and here, so that if any water does manage to make its way down, it'll sit in this little pocket, but it won't actually end up going anywhere. And if someone does need water, they can just very quickly let me dig out this bit here, and I'll put like a little bit more of a platform here. I don't love it. I really wish it didn't look like this. It's becoming a much bigger mess than I wanted it to be. It doesn't fit with the plan that I had originally laid out, but nevertheless, it's going to have to do for the time being. We can always move some stuff in the future. This looks positively awful. I would not like to eat that whatsoever, but if we look at reports here, so far today we have generated 6,000 calories and only used 3,000, and I think as soon as this is done, yeah, 7,000 calories, eaten 3,500, so we're producing, today at least, about double the amount of calories as we are using, which is quite nice. All of our mealwood is being grown again, which I quite like. I might even put some more down on this lower level here. I'm not quite sure yet. How is everyone doing? So James is making power, Isaac's making food. I think Nick is currently the one running around trying to get this stuff fixed up. He is indeed. So I think this bit of water here is pretty safe at this point. We do, of course, have like this section here. I'm going to cancel that because I don't think they can get to it. And then I want them to get rid of this just so they can actually access the water, which means I am going to have to get rid of you and then quickly place down another one of those bottle emptiers right about... I keep pressing R to rotate and it's... There. Nice. Okay. So we are at 38% on the stress level. I'm not quite sure why, but I think it would not be a bad idea. First of all, I want to prioritize the destruction of these guys right here. If we can get rid of those, just to make that look a little bit nicer. Also, if I can get this on like a higher priority as well, I want to get that done. So we got somewhere to get rid of our water. Storage is doing okay, for the time being at least. I would like to get down a massage table. So under medicine, we've got the... Oh no, it's under furniture? Yeah, the massage table. Kind of wish I could fit it in there, but I guess for the time being, we could probably squeeze it in. We could put it here, but I don't like putting it there. We could also, now that we've got rid of these walls, we've got a bit more space here that we're not using. Although I do quite like saving that space for maybe some algae terrariums, maybe some lamps, something like that. And so I think for now, I'm going to have to put it like up here It's a bit of an awkward place to put it, but I think for now it's going to have to do. And then this thing does, of course, require power. And so if we just do something like this and like this. Also, I don't think I mentioned it, but the reason why I'm running all of the cables inside of the tiles and also behind the ladders is because the cables have a negative decor amount. They reduce the decor in the building. Yeah, you can see each cable has a decor of -5 in a 1-tile radius. And so if you have exposed cables, for example, if I just had cables running like this through the bedroom, the duplicates would not like it. They would get stressed out just having that cable there. So it's always best to put them behind tiles and behind ladders and stuff like that. This guy's just sat eating, and this guy, I mean me, Isaac, is sat just eating the lice loaf as it comes out. 10 out of 10. Also, I do kind of want to get rid of this down here. I want to try and bring the level of this water down a bit because it's very close to overflowing, which doesn't really matter too much because we've already got water down here. But I would like to, if possible, keep the levels as low as possible and then put a little roof on it. I want to put tiles like this, but we can't put tiles there yet because if we do, it's going to push the water that was here up and over and out to where we don't want it. So if we can break a couple of these blocks here, I'll hopefully bring the level down enough to where we can do something like this. And I think I'm going to have to get rid of this guy real quick. And then if I do this and this, I'm also going to get rid of this ladder like that. Oh no, don't, no. Cancel. Can you get out of there? You cannot. Gosh dang it, Isaac. What? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Yes, please build the ladder and please escape before you die of dehydration or hypothermia or whatever you're going to die of. Just don't die, okay? And so we'll put another tile like right here to act as a secondary lip, and then we'll get rid of all of that. We'll put down another one of our pitcher pumps right about, if I can get that please, right about there. I think that should work out just fine. They should be able to access that nice and easily. And then we'll have this ladder. Do I want this ladder to run down? I kind of do, but I kind of don't. So I'm going to get rid of a bit of that ladder. And again, in a somewhat awkward sense, I think what I'm going to have to do here is have the ladder... no, you know what? Okay, we'll have this ladder come down to here, and then we'll have tiles that come along like this and like that. So that again, I'm gonna have to delete this. I'm gonna have to move this back a little bit here. So I'm gonna move that. And again, I'm just trying to make it so that I don't have, there's no possibility of contamination getting into our water, because water is a very important resource for us to have. And if we contaminate it, things can go wrong pretty quickly. And so if I do this, I think that should be fine, because at that point, I can put another tile right there to stop any of that seeping over. And I can also have a ladder right here if we need to get down into the water. So now if they want to get down, they can come down and then they can go down the ladder. And I don't think anything should overflow, hopefully. There might be the off chance that things could like drip over this edge and then back into this edge, but I'm really hoping that that just doesn't happen. That might be me being a bit too optimistic. Also, there's a ton of carbon dioxide down here. Flipping heck. But that would be nice. That would be very nice. So can we get rid of these ladders, please? Please don't leave anybody down there, although there is new ladders being built, and so that should be okay, even if someone does get left. Also, we do have a little bit of sand that's fallen down onto our stuff here, and I think, unfortunately, we have managed to get some polluted dirt in our storage system. We've got 96.5 kilograms in our storage compactor. How are we doing on germs? For the most part, fine. And surprisingly, none of our duplicates are infected. They're all at 100% immune system, but their stress is rising like crazy. Where is James, and why is your stress so gosh darn high? He's grimy, he needs a shower, and he's soaping wet, which is plus 20% stress per cycle. Okay, so we need to get a shower, and we need to have this guy wash and dry. Also, we need to get rid of all of our polluted dirt real quick. We should probably set up a compost. For now, I'll put it like here, I think, for now. It's not on anything. Actually, I'm going to move it back just a little bit here to... Nope. Try that. Third time's the charm. We'll put it right about there, and I'll get rid of both of those. And hopefully, that's going to allow us to get rid of our polluted dirt. And I think what I'll also do maybe is have another storage compactor right here next to the compost. And then what we'll do is over here, we'll make sure that none of the polluted dirt ends up in here. Copy and paste. And then this one, when it gets here, I'll make sure that it only takes polluted dirt, so that hopefully we can try and contain all of our polluted dirt into one area. Now, where is that massage table? It's up here. Let's tweak this so that break starts at like 30% and then ends at like 15. So if anyone gets to over 30 stress, which apparently Isaac is at, forget James. Isaac wants to get on the stress table first. And he should stay there, hopefully, until he gets down to 15% stress, which is quite nice. And so hopefully they'll start moving the polluted dirt over into the compost. They are indeed good stuff. And then I would like you to disinfect all of these, especially the ones that are infected. Unfortunately, you can't also get... Can we disinfect this? This thing's got food poisoning. I don't like it. It's going to infect all of my people. I would very much like it if we could not eat this one. Can we throw this one out? But let's go ahead and set this one to polluted dirt, like so. So any polluted dirt that's not put in the compost should end up in here. I think this does produce polluted oxygen, unfortunately, but I think at the same time, so long as our duplicants are healthy and don't have slime lung or anything like that, I think they should be able to take the polluted oxygen just fine. I don't think they're going to die by breathing it in, which is quite nice. I love how Nick is now also on the massage table, even though James is the only one who actually needs to be on the massage table. But anyway, we got a little bit extra mealwood seed here, which is always nice to have. We should probably plant that as soon as possible. And then research station, let us go into, again, I don't think it really matters too much. I just want to get these first line done, and then I kind of want to move on to probably airflow tiles next, although I'm not too sure. A cold generator could be quite nice, but I don't know if it's necessarily necessary. I don't even know what the rock granulator does. Produces sand from raw minerals. Inefficiently produces refined metals from raw metal ore. Okay. Did I pick one? I did. All right, so they're going to do the research. That's fine. Nick's getting a massage. That's good. The base is starting to look a little bit tidier, and I like that. We've got a good amount of space to work with here. Let's bring that up. I'm not quite sure. Can they not reach these? Do they need to clear out like the area above it to be able to reach that stuff? That's fine. I'll issue an order to get rid of all of that. That should also get us a bunch of extra algae, which is fine, although we do have... 5.3 tons of algae right now, and so we are okay for the time being. That's probably not going to last too long. Stress is at 60%. Hey, can we like allocate this to James, please? I would like only James to be on this massage table. I thought you used to be able to allocate those. I guess not. Let's make this like a high priority real quick. And for the time being, James, get off the wheel. My man, get off the wheel. Nick, can I have you also not using this thing? I think it is on here somewhere. Yeah, massage. Let me take Isaac and Nick off the massage train so that hopefully James gets on it, and hopefully we can start bringing his stress right down, because Nick and Isaac are at a reasonable level. James, on the other hand, not so much. Why are you disinfecting? Is that a higher priority? I didn't think it was, but for some reason he just did not want to get off. He wanted to get off. All right, that's fine. I just really hope his stress doesn't get too high. What do we need to get a shower set up? I think to get a shower, we need more research, and I think it is going to have to be a level 2 research. Yeah, sanitation and the shower. So we kind of want to get plumbing done, but we also need advanced research before we can get any of these second tier ones done. And so really we need to hurry this up. Why are we not performing research? I guess we're not performing research because James is not on the power wheel. So I'm going to have you get back on the wheel, James. I know you don't want to be on there, probably. You don't seem to love it too much. You're very stressed. But hopefully that will allow Nick to get back on the research grind and hopefully get us to your shower pretty quickly. So we'll get rid of you as well. Put down some more tiles right about there. All right, the base is starting to come together. It's starting to look a little bit nicer. You know, it's all somewhat symmetrical, at least the top half is. I think I might move this ration box. Storage not assigned. Oh, I didn't even assign the ration box. That's why all of our food is just on the floor. Okay, that's fine. I want to put a ration box down here next to our microbe musher, and then get rid of this one. And I'm going to use that space there for some more of these storage compactors here, because this one is almost full, and at that point, they're going to just start leaving stuff all over the floor, which is not at all what we want. All right, let's slow things down here for a second, and let me check on yesterday's report. So yesterday, we didn't produce as much oxygen as we used, but that's fine. I think we still got a good amount, and we're producing almost as much. We produced way more power. We wasted a ton of power. That's fine. We didn't use or remove any calories. Nobody ate yesterday? Really? That surprises me. Let's have a look at vitals. Eaten today, 0. That makes sense. Fullness. No one's really full, but I find it surprising that no one ate yesterday. That doesn't seem right. People should be eating, I think, every day. Stress change is down 145%, which I think is good. On previous days, it's always down, but not always down by more than it's up. Yesterday, we were down by more than we were up, which I think is a good sign. Cool. All right, so he's on the wheel. This is good. Research is being done. This is good. Isaac is busy building stuff. This is, of course, good. Where is Nick? Oh, he's there. Okay, cool. He's going to the research station. That's fine. James has got enough power, so he's off doing the massage table thing. That's fine. His stress is slowly but surely coming down, which is good. Power is being generated. Let me assign this to all foods. I want everything in the ration box. Let's also make that a high priority so that all of our food gets put in there. We don't want our food staying on the floor. I don't know if it makes a difference whether it's on the floor or in the box. I think it still goes bad at the same rate no matter what, but we'll do it nonetheless. Isaac, what? Why? Why? Oh, it's all of our food that's down here that they want. Okay, sweep. Put all this away, okay? I want you to do a mass sweep of everything. Put everything away. Everything that can be swept away, put it where it needs to go. Don't leave things on the floor. Don't eat off the floor. What a ridiculous premise. Also, we do need to put a ladder like right here so they can get down to this bottom section to actually pick everything up. We should not have duplicants climbing down a ladder and sitting in the water to eat mealwood seeds and lice loaf and whatever else they've got down here. It's ridiculous. Actually ridiculous. But there we go. Stuff is finally being put into the ration box, which is good. Research is on its way. We still need to get rid of more stuff here. We can put down a couple more of our storage compactors and then also copy the settings to the new one. Cool. Okay. So, whilst we're waiting for all the stuff to be swept up and whilst we're also waiting for the research to be complete, let's take a look at our oxygen overlay. And so, things are looking good. The pressure in the atmosphere is good. We're at 1,100 and, well, just over 1,100 grams in here, which is much higher than like the 150 needed for these to grow, which is why they're growing just nicely. How are we doing in terms of germs real quick? Germs are not looking too bad. We do need to do some disinfecting, I think. Kind of like here. And then all of these here. And then I don't know if we can disinfect this thing, but it might also be a bad idea to disinfect the actual toilet. Things are getting infected quite quickly. I don't like that the ration box is infected. That annoys me greatly. Surprisingly, the only thing not infected is the compost pile, which is actually ridiculous. And thankfully, our water is not infected. The water can become infected, and you'll start to see little yellow dots in the water, much like you do on everything else. That is something that we definitely do not want to happen. And again, one of the main reasons why I've been trying to close everything up like that and try and make it as sealed as we possibly can. Also, mealwood is done, so hopefully that'll get put into the ration box pretty soon here. Where is Isaac hiding at? I keep losing track of my duplicates. Oh, Isaac is cleaning out the toilet. Nice. I look very happy to be doing it as well. But this is the time where we're most vulnerable because right now people might need the toilet and the toilet is currently out of order. So that can be a big problem and might be a good reason to get a second one potentially. I'm not quite sure. Also, one thing that I've completely not thought of until now is that people can come in the other way. We should definitely have another... no, we should definitely just block this off, right, like this, so that people can't come into this side, because otherwise, I'm assuming what's happened here is someone has come up, used the toilet, and then left without washing their hands because they haven't gone out of the right way. They've gone out this way and come in this way, as opposed to going past the wash basin, thus not washing their hands. It makes sense. So, let's have a look at research real quick. Let's go for advanced research so that we can do the next tier as soon as we want. Let's make these like a high priority. I don't want stuff spreading anymore. I would very much like it if food poisoning did not destroy our entire base. That would be fantastic. Especially, I don't love that it's on our food. The fact that it's on our food scares me a great deal. Can I disinfect this again? I can't. I think we just have to live with the fact that we've got food poisoning, and I'm hoping that because their immune system is at 100%, they'll eat it, they'll feel a bit sick, but they'll kind of live. They're not going to die from it. Hopefully. That's the plan, at least. Stress is down, which is good. James is a lot less stressed than he used to be, which is always good. Things are slowly but surely getting swept up. I want to cancel these at the bottom because there's so many of them, but at the same time, they do definitely need doing. And so we do kind of have to just let them go and do their thing. We could probably do, with moving a lot of this stuff down, I think. So we need to get rid of this carbon dioxide. We need to put it somewhere. We could put down some algae terrariums, and that would start to get rid of a little bit of the carbon dioxide. But I think a better idea for us here is going to be to continue to create this box that we started to create down here. If we dig that down just a little bit more and then do some digging, if we make this flat enough, we can actually just bottle up all the water. You can't bottle it up when it looks like this, cancel. Yeah. You can't bottle it up like this, by the way. If I try and use the mop command, you'll see there's too much liquid, and so we can't actually do that. But if we get it down here, and if we spread it out thin enough, then hopefully we'll be able to just mop it all up, and we'll have like a nice carbon dioxide box on the lower level here. So let me quickly bump this up to like priority 7. I'm trying to refrain from using priority 9 for everything, because I want to make sure that we have like a decent priority system where things that are higher priority actually get taken care of quickly, right? So if something goes down and it's a priority 8, I don't want to replace it with this kind of like secondary work that is this stuff down here, but I would like this done, for example, before we start making more mush bars, because we've got 10,000, 11,000 kilocalories worth of mush bars already. And so this is going to be pretty stressful. Obviously they're down here, it's wet, they can't breathe, it's not a great atmosphere for anybody, and so they're not going to love that at all. It's also apparently cold as well, which is really not great. Yeah, you can see here the body heat loss is just above the water and in the water, which is not great. It's also very hot down here where the carbon dioxide is, so we do really want to get rid of that and try and spread out this room as fast as we can. Please don't drown or get hypothermia. Either of those would be bad things, so if you could not do those, that would be great. But yeah, I think if we get this wide enough, I think we should be fine. And also, we should hopefully start to see that carbon dioxide make its way down. Is our deoxidizer online? It's not, because we don't have enough power for it, which is not great. We might want to get more batteries, maybe, to make sure that everything keeps running overnight, especially the algae deoxidizer. It doesn't really matter too much with the research station, because that one's really only used when somebody's on the manual generator, but for something like the algae deoxidizer, it's probably going to help to increase the air pressure and push down that carbon dioxide if it goes and continues to go throughout the night. I think that could work out quite well. There is so much carbon dioxide down here. Jeez. Can we get rid of this as well? You've got a little bit of sand. I think everyone's going to want to go to sleep. Also, everybody is probably a little bit stressed. Yeah, climbing up to the 30s now because they don't quite have enough oxygen there. Not the best. I think we can bring the priority of this down a little bit. I will keep it above everything else just so that we can kind of keep stress managed. But I think for the most part, leaving it on a 6 should be fine. I don't think we're going to get this to a point where we can mop it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we should make this 6, 7, 8 like that. At that point, once we get rid of this and these, it might bring it up to the point where we can mop it. I'm not quite sure. I would hope that it does, but I guess we're going to find out once they come down and start digging this stuff out. And really, I'm just trying to get the carbon dioxide off this level because I don't want people making mush bars to suffocate, and I don't want people who are trying to get water to suffocate either. Yeah, I don't think that's low enough. If I try and mop this, there's too much water to mop, which I'm not a huge fan of. It's not too big of a deal because the room is still going to contain carbon dioxide, which is fine. But I would very much so like, I guess we can try going a little further, like 3 on that side and 3 on this side. Again, we should make sure it's priority 7 so it gets done. I would very much like to get rid of this water. And remember, it doesn't get rid of the water, it bottles it up and then they pump it back in to this bit over here. So it's very much so worth doing if we can get it done. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be able to get it done, which is a bit of a shame. Also, it is taking time away from things like research and food production. Let me check real quick. How are we doing? Yesterday, we're still making more food than we're taking away, which is good. We're still at an oxygen deficit, which is not the best. I really don't want to have to put down any algae terrariums, but I think we might have to. Oh, there's too much water here. There's still too much liquid to mop. Even once we get rid of these tiles, I'm fairly certain there's still going to be too much liquid to mop, which is real freaking annoying. And so, I guess what I am going to do here is I'm going to do... How do I want to do this? I want to put down some algae terrariums. Also, hypothermia is not great. Nick has got hypothermia. Also, has Isaac got hypothermia? Colony requires med beds. Do we both have hypothermia? Because I'm in the med bed, but then it highlights Nick as well. Yeah, Nick's got hypothermia. Oh, this is not good. This is not how I expected this to go. Let me throw down another med bed real quick. It doesn't require power, that's fine, but it does mean we're going to have another person out of action, which is really not what I'm after. We'll bump that up to a higher priority real quick. And even then, it wasn't really worth it, I don't think, because we've still got a big carbon dioxide problem, and we've still got a butt ton of water that we don't want. I could flush it down to here, but I don't necessarily think that's going to be better either. Oh, okay. Okay. A little peeved that didn't work. Not gonna lie. Hopefully, I think we should be fine. I don't think this is gonna end our colony. We should be okay. People will get better, and that'll all be fine. I think I am gonna have to put down some terrariums because we just don't have, we've got too much carbon dioxide and nothing to do it with, it just yet. And so I think I'm going to just do like that, and like this for now. I don't know if you have to put them on tiles or not, but I think it just looks nicer. And actually, you know what, we'll make it at least somewhat symmetrical. We'll put it there. Oh, that should start to slowly but surely get rid of some of that carbon dioxide and allow more to flow down into this bottom area here, as well as producing more oxygen and hopefully bringing us up out of that oxygen deficit, at least a little bit maybe. I guess we'll find out. Flipping heck, we're on cycle 13. Things are looking maybe a bit better than they did at the start of the episode, although health-wise, things are definitely looking worse. But we are progressing through research. We've still got a lot more to do. Entirely, there's a ton of new stuff in the game now. Most of it is locked behind research walls. I have no idea what we're going to do with AND gates, OR gates, XOR gates, NOT gates, buffer gates, or filter gates. I guess we'll figure that out in the future. But for now, I think things are pretty much going A-okay. I am going to wait here real quick and hopefully get this stuff down here built. I am going to make it a slightly higher priority. That might be a bad idea because it means people are going to get out of bed here to use it, because these beds are a 7 and I've just set it at an 8. But I'm really hoping that once we get this done, we can stop worrying about the carbon dioxide, at least for the time being. It is, of course, going to start using more algae, which is really not something that we want to be doing, as I mentioned before. But we do have, what was it, 4 tons, 6 tons of algae, and so we are kind of fine for the time being. Again, it is really our only source of oxygen once the oxalite's gone, until we get further into the game, and so we do want to cherish it. But at the time being, I just don't think we have an option, really. We just need to get some more oxygen, we need to get less carbon dioxide. All right, things looking good. Things looking okay as far as disinfecting goes. We do have more things we need to disinfect, unfortunately, because everything is infected, and I don't like it one bit. Not one bit, but the algae terrariums are down, which is good. They don't have any algae in them. I am going to make these a priority 7, much like the plant boxes here, to make sure that they do get refilled with algae as and when they need it. So hopefully that'll be what they're delivering right now. There we go. This one's online, and that one's online. And we should start to see little pockets of blue kind of appearing around the algae terrariums and then pumping up into the main base as more carbon dioxide falls back down into the lower levels here. There you go. Little bits of blue coming up. Little bits of red going down. Flipping egg. All right. Not necessarily the best episode. A lot of things went wrong that I didn't expect to go wrong. Also, can we get this done, please? This block here is like the first thing we did in today's episode, and it's not done yet. I would like this to be built so we don't have to worry about our water getting infected. That's the last thing we need at this stage of the game. But as far as food goes, we're making more food than we're eating, or at least we're staying about stable. We're still around 10,000 kilocalories, which is good. I think we're on the brink of producing more oxygen than we use, which is also good. And yeah, we'll see where it goes next time. We'll do some more research. We'll progress on, try and get everything a bit more stable, a little less hectic, hopefully. But with that, guys, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video and you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe, leave a like if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.